Free audio post-production by alphonic.com.
What's up, y'all? It's a Thursday night, meaning it's probably the weekend by the time you guys listen to this. So happy weekend. We made it through another week of the year of January. January is the worst month. You cannot convince me otherwise. It's cold, it's boring, it's depressing, it's windy. It's not fun, okay? I'm ready for January to be over with, okay? But we made it another week, so that means we just have one more to bear through, okay? We are almost there. I can see the light, okay? If you missed episode 1 and 2, my name is Kate. I'm a jack of all trades, master of none. I'm a raging homosexual. I have ADHD. I'm passionate about life, music, and human connection, and this is my podcast where I talk about literally anything and everything that comes to my mind, and I'm calling it, Dude, what was I talking about? So speaking of January tends to bring, how would you say, some weather. But this January has actually not brought some weather. Tell you what, this has been one of the driest Januaries I think I've ever seen in human existence, which is not good for, multitudes of reasons, right? But we are getting a snowstorm, right? I don't know if you guys have seen this on the news or TikTok or whatever you guys watch, but there is a huge snowstorm that's supposed to go through like half of the US or something. And I'm ready for it. We need the moisture, okay? We need it. It fills up our lakes for camping, fire restrictions. Like, we need the moisture, okay? So there's no reason to be mad about it. And there's also no reason to go and panic buy everything. I swear, dude, at the store today, there was people walking out with 2-3 cases of water like it was the apocalypse. Like it was the snowpocalypse, okay? Everybody's in there buying cases upon cases of water, milk, bread, so much bread, ridiculous, copious amounts of bread. Like there is no reason your family of 3 needs 6 loaves of bread and 60 cases of water. I promise we are not going to be snowed in for the rest of eternity. I know we haven't seen snow in a while, but I promise you that you do not have to buy that much stuff, and you will leave your house within the next few days, if not 1 week max. But I don't even think it's going to be that bad, honestly. And the news is very confusing because it'll be like, oh, we're going to get an inch. Never mind, it's a foot. Never mind, it's actually not going to snow. Oh no, it's going to snow a lot. So I'm like, honestly, at this point, I'll just wake up and check the vibe. Like, I will just open my curtain and see what it looks like outside because everybody's acting like it's going to be the snowpocalypse, for real. But I'm okay with it. You know what? Whatever. Panic buy all you want, but please, for the love of all things holy, leave the toilet paper alone, okay? This is giving COVID PTSD vibes. Leave the toilet paper out of this, okay? It's not between you and the toilet paper, okay? 1 case of toilet paper is good. You're good. You don't need to bulk buy toilet paper like we did during COVID. That was ridiculous. I was getting concerned during COVID. I was like, what are we all going to wipe our butts with now? You know, because a lot of us don't have bidets. That's fancy as hell. At least in the US. Like, if you have a bidet, you rich, probably. And then people were buying out the wet wipes. Like, I don't know. It was just giving me like so many flashbacks today, just watching all these people just buying all this stuff as if they're never going to be able to leave their house again. Guys, it's just a snowstorm. We need the moisture. Please don't be wild about it, okay? Save some for the rest of us. And don't touch the damn toilet paper, okay? Case in point. So after my first episode, which was my circus episode, which honestly, this might be my circus part 2 episode because I didn't know what I was going to talk about before I started this episode. I think that's just my thing now. I think it's just my theme. I just don't know what I'm going to talk about. And, you know, maybe one day I'll get my shit together and actually talk about something that's meaningful. But for now, I'm just yapping. I'm a certified yapper, okay? Fluent in yapping. And so I didn't know what I was going to talk about. But I did want to tell you guys, after my New Year's resolution video or recording that I recorded my circus episode, right? I decided that I wanted to start a new hobby of learning Spanish, right? Because that's easy. I was like, oh, you know what? I want to learn to speak Spanish. Yeah, that's a good idea. So my best friend and her husband, they pay for Duolingo because they're trying to learn Japanese, right? So they have me on their family plan. And I was like, okay, this year I'm going to lock in. I'm going to learn to speak Spanish because it's something that I've always wanted to do, right? Because I listened to Gasolina as a kid by Daddy Yankee. Yeah, you could tell how white I am by the way I just said that word right there. But anyway, I listened to Gasolina by Daddy Yankee growing up and didn't know what it was about. Kind of have a better idea now. But at the time, I was like, man, this is a banger. And I kind of want to learn Spanish. And so I've been wanting to learn Spanish my whole life and just never did. I tried taking Spanish in high school, and that did not go over well. I had one Spanish teacher. Her name was Miss Chen. Yeah, and she wasn't a very good Spanish teacher. She didn't really teach me very much. I wasn't good at it, so I ended up dropping the class. And I tried to pick it back up, right? I was like, you know what? Let's try again. So then I tried a different Spanish class with a different teacher, and she was cool. She was a vibe, super awesome. But I just could not pick it up. And so I gave up again. And I was like, you know what? Maybe I'm not meant to be bilingual. Maybe this is just not something I can do, right? Well, fast forward, I'm about, 18 or 19, right? I'm acting like I'm so old. I'm like, shoot, when was that? Back in my day. But when I was 18 or 19, I was a manager at this place called Acapulco Taco. Yeah. Yup. That's what it was called. And it was ran by, well, so the owners, right? The owners spoke English and everything. But the ladies that were running the kitchen all spoke Spanish. Every single one of them, right? And so they tried to communicate with me. They had to train me, right? So they're trying to train me because we were opening up a new store and I was going to be one of the managers for the new store, right? So they're trying to train me. They don't speak English. I don't speak Spanish. We're playing charades. I didn't know like a lick of Spanish. I didn't know any of it. I didn't even know one singular word besides maybe hola, right? Again, you could tell how white I am by the way I messed that up again, right? And so we're playing charades, right? They're like trying to like show me with their hands, like, oh, this is what we do type of thing, right? And I am so lost. I am so lost. And I was like, wow, this is embarrassing. I don't even know how to communicate with the people that are in my own state, right? New Mexico has a lot of native Spanish speakers, right? Most of them speak Spanish. And I was like, wow, this is embarrassing. This is genuinely embarrassing. But they were trying their best. I was trying my best too. And honestly, it kind of like pushed me and motivated me more at the time to try to learn Spanish. But the only thing that I was able to learn from them were food, right? Food words. So I knew what certain words meant because it was food. We were making burritos and tacos and stuff like that. And that was the only way I was able to pick up anything that they were saying was relating it to what we were doing, which was food, which totally sucked because I wanted to have full conversations with these ladies. They seemed so freaking awesome. And I was like, man, I wish I could talk to them. I wish I could understand them and whatever. I didn't even think of Google Translate, you know? Like, it's not the dinosaur ages. I guess I could have used Google, but I didn't think about it at the time, and it really made me want to learn the language really bad just because I want to talk to people that I normally wouldn't be able to talk to, you know? But it's hard. It's a hard language to learn, okay? I thought it would be easy because I was like, well, it can't be too much different from English because some of the words are similar. It's hard. It's hard. And it's really hard too because of like the dialect, like how you pronounce the words is completely different. I'm a little bit of a lazy speaker. If you can't tell, I have a little bit of a country twang sometimes, especially when I get tired. It comes out a lot, right? My grandma was from Oklahoma and I think I took her accent for real. I don't know how I got People ask me all the time if I'm from the South. I'm like, no, the Southwest. I'm not from the South, but people ask me a lot, and it's because I'm kind of a lazy English speaker. I'm a very lazy person. I got a really lazy tongue, right? So when I try to speak Spanish, it does not sound right at all. I cannot roll my R's whatsoever. It's embarrassing when I try. I'd give you guys an example, but I would be made fun of. You guys would make fun of me. I'm that bad. My R's are bad, dude. And I've tried and tried and tried to learn how to do it. I have friends that speak Spanish and they've tried to help me, and I still can't get it. Like, maybe I'll never be able to learn this freaking language. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to still try. So back to Duolingo, right? I was like, okay, I'm going to try. I'm going to really try to go the whole month on Duolingo and stay committed and stay motivated and try to actually learn this language because I want to communicate with different people, right? And I made it to, I think, 14 days in a row, dude. Yeah. And I was like, oh, I'm going to go the whole month. I'm going to go the whole month. And then I lost my streak the other night, and it was the saddest thing that's ever happened to me. I was like, well, there goes that dream. I was like, I tried, man. I tried. I can understand more than I can speak. But even understanding, I can't understand full sentences. You have to kind of talk in words. And if you use like anything, like any type of slang word, I probably won't know what you're talking about because all that I know is like proper Spanish, I guess, that you learn from books and teachers and Duolingo. I tried to get Duolingo to tell me how to say the word fuck, and it would not. It would not even translate that word. You know, so I don't know slang words. I only know proper Spanish words, and I don't understand sentences at all. But I do understand, like, when it comes to food and when it comes to, like, work, I'm pretty good. I've gotten better at that. I worked at a restaurant last year, and the dishwasher, he didn't speak English. And of course, I don't speak Spanish. But we actually became sort of friends. Like, I told him, I said, like, ¿cómo se dice tired? You know, I would just ask him, like, how do you say, and then I would say the word in English. And then I'd make, you know, I'd do charades. I'd say the word and then, like, make the motion for it. And he's like, oh, tired. And then he'd tell me it in Spanish and stuff. And that's the way that I was learning the best. But it sucks because if you don't have that person there that's kind of conversing with you and you're just trying to learn it through an app, it's damn near impossible. It's damn near impossible. But I'm not going to give up. Tell you what, I am going to keep practicing. And one day I will be bilingual. It will happen for me once I learn how to roll my R's. Also, I was very upset because I wanted to know Spanish before the Super Bowl. So I was like, I wonder how much Spanish I can cram before the Super Bowl because I kind of want to get down with Bad Bunny and I want to know what he's talking about. I've been ridiculous, dude. I've been listening to like nothing but Bad Bunny lately because I was like, I am going to get this. I'm going to figure it out and I'm going to be able to jam with Bad Bunny. And I'm like, well, you know what? I'll still jam with Bad Bunny, but I won't understand anything he's saying. And that's okay. One day I will. One day I will listen to a Bad Bunny song and be like, hell yeah, I know exactly what he's saying. But it's not today, tell you what. And it wasn't yesterday either because I missed my streak yesterday. So I'm going to have to restart the whole streak. But I added that to my New Year's resolutions because January is boring. It's depressing. I don't really want to go anywhere or do anything in January. So I was like, I got to find some hobbies that are inside hobbies. And so learning Spanish is my new inside hobby. And I also just love education and I love to learn new things, which is crazy because I was like the worst student in school, right? But when I'm interested in a topic, I actually really do love to learn and I love to grow. And I like people that can teach me things. I like intellectual people. I like deep conversations, you know? So I do like to learn stuff prior to, or what's the saying? Like prior to contrary belief? That sounds wrong. But you know what I'm saying. No matter what people think about me, I actually do love to learn and I love to learn new things. So I was like, well, since I'm not getting outside and doing very much in this cold, blizzardy, supposedly month, I'll just do some indoor hobbies. I tried to do a puzzle. Yeah. I tried to do a puzzle a couple months ago, or it might have been longer than that. But I found this puzzle and I was like, man, it's the last one we got at the store. Like, I have to try to do this puzzle. I bought this puzzle thinking that I was just going to change my life and be inside doing a puzzle all the time. And I was like, oh, that looks so relaxing. Like, I'm going to get a puzzle and, it'll help my mental health to like do a puzzle probably. And so I bought this puzzle, dude. And I sat there and sat there and sat there. And I was trying to build this one side at the end, right? And I just couldn't figure it out, okay? I really couldn't. I got like halfway through the outline of the puzzle and then couldn't get it after that. And it stressed me out so bad. I was like, you know what? Maybe puzzles are not the thing for my mental health because now I'm freaking pissed, okay? I was semi-stressed out when I started this puzzle, and now I'm super stressed out. But it's funny because I kept it up for like a couple weeks because I was like, oh, eventually I'll get back to that puzzle and I'll actually finish it. Spoiler alert, I never finished the puzzle and I had to put it back in the box. I destroyed all my hard work and put it back in the box because I was like, let's be freaking for real, Caitlin. You are not going to sit there and finish that puzzle. Don't even try to lie to yourself. I always start like these new little hobbies and like think they're gonna like take off and I don't know, like I'm just gonna like be a whole different person because I have some new hobby. Like, please, girl, no, you're not. That ties in with the New Year's resolution thing. Like, it's just not gonna work. Like, you either are a puzzle person or you're not. And the only way I like to do puzzles is with other people. Okay. But one time, I hope she never listens to my podcast. But one time, my ex and I were trying to build a puzzle together. Okay. And she was good at it, right? That's like her jam is like building puzzles and shit like that. It's dope. And so she was going real quick, and I was sitting over there separating the pieces, like doing like a whole nother thing, right? And she looks up at me and she's like, well, are you gonna help? And I was like, damn, I'm trying to help. I was like, but I don't know what I'm doing, bro. Like, I'm just trying to like separate the pieces. Like, and she's like, why are you separating the pieces? Just put them on the puzzle. And so then we're sitting there arguing about the damn puzzle. And I was like, okay, now I'm super stressed out because now you're stressing me out about a puzzle. Okay. I was all just separating my little pieces. And she's over there like, why aren't you helping me? I was like, is this like some pent up stuff? Are you mad because I don't help you with other things and you're taking it out on me in this puzzle? Because that's not fair to the puzzle, okay? Let's just drop it. Let's just leave it where we found it, okay? How about let's just not even do a puzzle. Let's watch a movie, okay? Let's do something else because clearly this is not working out. We are not puzzle people together. Our brains are not meshing with this puzzle. So we gave up on the whole puzzle. We're like, actually, let's just not do the puzzle. This is actually stressful. I'm stressing you out and you're stressing me out. And we're just trying to do a mundane activity and we can't even do that. So let's just watch a movie. Can't mess up a movie, right? Well, then she tries to watch a movie with me like I'm not ADHD. And she starts, we start this movie, dude. And of course, I'm asking all the questions. I was like, who's that? And I was like, yo, isn't that one actress from... And then she looked like she was finna strangle me. She was super pissed about not only the puzzle now, but now I won't shut the fuck up in the movie. I was just messing up left and right, dude. I was just messing up left and right. But the funniest thing about lesbians, right, is they try to move super quick. Like, why are we already acting domesticated? This is literally like 2 weeks into the relationship. Like, we should still be doing fun stuff. I don't know. I feel like I'm the weird one because I'm actually super slow in relationships. I'm very cautious. Some people call that trust issues. I call that protecting my peace. Like, call it what you want. But I'm a super slow mover in a way. Like, I'm good with commitment, honestly. I'm cool with that. I'm chilling cherry with commitment. It's when you go farther than that and you start like pushing me too far. Because then I'm like, okay, whoa, girl, I gave you commitment. Now you're asking for extra steps, like you want me to move in and do all this other stuff. Like I don't know. I don't know about all that. Like, let's just vibe. Let's just chill. Do you even know me? I start getting defensive as hell. I'm like, do you even know me? Do you even know who I am? Like, okay, girl, let me test you. Who's my favorite Pokemon? Trick question. I don't know anything about Pokemon. Did you know that? I bet you freaking didn't. I bet you didn't. Like, I don't know. I get defensive. Like, when I feel like someone's pushing me towards a direction and I'm unsure and I'm just trying to like dip my toe in the water and they're trying to push me in. And that's how I kind of felt in that relationship too, is that she was trying to like push me into the water instead of letting me like step in on my own and kind of fill out the vibe a little bit. And like I said, like I don't know, I still want to do fun things. I want to go to Dave and Buster's, right? And beat your ass at a bunch of games, you know? I want to be a kid sometimes, dude. Like, let's go bowling, shit. Unless you're one of those people that bring their own ball. I actually went on a, I actually went on a date where this girl brought her own ball, and I almost left, dead ass, because I was like, this girl is going to destroy me at this game, right? So she brings her own ball. And we're vibing, we're hanging out, we're drinking some, I think we were drinking some Long Islands, some Long Islands. And we were just vibing out, dude. We were vibing. But she was, in fact, kicking my ass. And I was like, okay, all right. I was like, well, we're going to have to figure out a different game, okay? You know what we're going to have to do? We're going to have to go play pool. Because tell you what, I started a new hobby. Because, I start new hobbies, right? I always liked pool as a kid, but I actually really got into pool like a year and a half or like 2 years ago. I realized I have a love for shitty dive bars with pool tables. It's like my favorite thing, dude. Like, you can't tell me there's nothing better on a Friday night than going to a shitty dive bar, playing Neon Moon on the jukebox, right? And playing some freaking pool, dude. Like, that's a Friday night. That's a Friday night if I've ever seen one. Tell you what, I'm not a club person anymore. I'm not like a strip club, let's go party and dance. I'm like, nah. I'm into shit dive bars. That's my thing, okay? And I've gotten pretty damn good at pool. So I told this girl, I was like, bruh, we're gonna have to go head to head in a pool game. Because at this point, like, you are making me feel so shitty about my lack of bowling skills that I have to make you feel shitty on your lack of pool skills because I am a competitive person. As I mentioned in my last episode, I am competitive, right? On Christmas, we were playing Monopoly and everybody was out except for me and my brother. And I would not let this dude stop playing the game. I kept freaking buying out my property or like, I don't know the words for it. Leasing. I kept like, no, that's not it either. Whatever. I kept like selling my properties essentially and then buying them back and then selling my properties and then buying them back. And my brother's like, dude, you need to give up. You're about to go bankrupt. And I'm like, no, because I can sell this one to the bank for $100. And then you have to give me the $100 and I could keep playing. And my brother's like, dude, you're done. You're bankrupt. And then we kept going like that. And we never finished the game. We literally couldn't finish the game because it was going on for hours. I was like, no, we're not stopping until I am back on the come up and I win. All right. And my brother's like, I'm so sick of you, for real. And then we literally kept the game up for like 2 days because we were like, we're going to get back to that game and we're going to finish it. Did we ever finish it? No, we did not. But he does owe me a rematch because I feel like I had it. I feel like a couple more rounds of buying and selling my properties, I would have had that. I would have had it in the bag. I would have turned it all around, swear. I know he had half the bank, in his account, right? But I was still determined. I was like, no, I'm going to win. You're crazy. Like, and it's so funny, dude, because I'm competitive with like everything, including sports, and I'm not good at sports, but I will try. I will try my damnedest to win, dude. And I suck at it. I suck at it. I wasn't good, like maybe like in teams, I didn't care. Like my mom, she thought it would be a good idea to put me in softball, right? She was like, you know what? Caitlin's a loner and she needs some homies. Let me try to put her in softball. So she asked me, she was like, Kate, are you interested in playing softball or something? And I was a loner musician kid. I used to sit by the computer listening to AC/DC and practicing the same riff over and over again. And I really didn't have friends as a kid at all. So I was like, yeah, I mean, I can try it. No. Worst experience of my life, dude. I got a concussion. Okay, hear me out. I got a concussion and wasn't able to finish out the season. And you know how I got the concussion? My softball coach was trying to throw me the ball. Okay, he threw it way up in the sky, but he was throwing it right towards me. And that's when I realized, like, my hand-eye coordination, you would think it'd be good as a musician, but it's not, okay? It does not it does not transfer to sports. So he throws the ball at me, and I'm running, and I'm like, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get the ball. And then I put my hand up and missed the ball completely, and it hit me straight in the dome. So if you ever wonder why I'm a little wild, it's probably that. I'm just kidding, but seriously. Because it hit me hard, dude. Crazy. I had this huge bump on my head. It was wild. So I wasn't competitive in team sports because they were just absolutely not my thing. But if it's one-on-one, I'm competitive as hell. Like, I will try. I will try to beat you at basketball, even though I freaking suck at it. And it's funny, too, because when I was in school, I don't know if it's just because I was gay and everybody thought I'd be good at sports. That's probably what it was. But we were in PE and we were playing basketball, right? And like I said, team sports, not my thing. One-on-one, yeah, I'll try to beat you. Teams, I already know I'm cooked, right? And we were playing basketball in PE, and the teacher was like, okay, so-and-so, like, pick your team. And she was like, I want this person, Caitlin, that person. I was like, oh, girl, bad pick. I'm like, that was stereotypical as hell. You just freaking profiled me. You're like, oh, gay? Sports. Like, no. Absolutely not. And she put me on her basketball little team for the week or something. It was like a whole week we had to like play basketball. And she put me on her team, and I was like, oh, girl, you're cooked. We're cooked. Like, you made a terrible choice. Like, just don't pass the ball to me, right? I was thinking in my head, I was like, just don't pass the ball to me. Just don't do it. You know what she did? First chance she got, she tried to pass the ball to me. I missed the ball. There goes the ball. Ball is in Narnia. Other team grabs the ball. I was like, oh, this is embarrassing, dude. This is going to take my L card away. Yeah. They're going to be like, yeah, okay. No, you're not a lesbian. Next. they literally like, dude, they were looking at me like, Caitlin, what is wrong with you? How did you let that slip through your hands? Like, dude, I ain't never said I played sports. I'm a musician. I'm like a brooding, writing type of gay. I'm like an artsy art museum type of gay. I'm a coffee shop type of gay. I'm not like sports team gay. I'm not baseball gay. Like, I'm horrible at sports, right? Terrible, like the worst. So they freaking, yeah, they regretted their decision. I also, because like I said, I like to start new hobbies, and there was this one time where I decided I want to be a skater girl. I was like, yeah, I think I got like the Avril Lavigne in me, and I was like, you know what? I want to be a skater girl. That's what I want to do. So I asked my mom, I like begged my mom for a skateboard. I was like, you know what I want for my birthday? I want a skateboard. And my mom was like, okay. So she bought me my board, right? And I was like, okay, dope. I'm going to learn how to skateboard. Knowing I'm not good at sports, I was still like, I'm going to still try to skateboard. I'm going to still try it, right? Was not good at all. I was able to get to the point where I could kind of ride the board, but I couldn't do any cool tricks. I ate shit so many times trying. And after a while, like, my knees hurt so bad. Like, one time I fell on my shoulder too and roughed myself up, and I was like, "You know what? I don't think this is for me either. I don't think I'm the skater girl type." Which is very unfortunate because I wanted to be so bad. I used to watch, like, those videos of those chicks going down ramps and doing all these cool tricks, and I was like, "Ah, fuck." Like, I wish I was me. Like, I wish I was that cool. Anytime girls play sports or, like, something like that, I just think that's the coolest thing, right? It's just so badass. I'm like, "Yeah, girl, you go and do that. You ride that skateboard." When it comes to me, no thank you. No thank you. I ate shit so many times, biffed it hard, hard, and I was like, "You know what? I think it's time to retire the board." It was, like, 2 months in, and I was like, "You know what? Time to retire the board." So I kept it in my trunk of my car. I don't know how it ended up there. I don't know if I decided I was gonna try to skate again, but somehow it ended up in the trunk of my car. So then in high school, I opened up my trunk, and my homeboy's like, "Ah, dude, you skate, dude. Let's go skating, bro." And I was like, "Yeah, dude, definitely skate." Yup. I was like, I can ride the board a little bit. Yep. That's something I can do a little bit. But don't ask me to go down no ramps or, like, do no tricks or do anything cool on it because that probably won't happen. Yeah, was not the sporty type, unfortunately. I was, like, in choir. I was, like, a theater not, like, a theater geek because I was too shy, actually, to do theater, but I was, like, a choir music person, music geek, I guess you could say. I wasn't in marching band or anything cool like that because I didn't know any of those cool, like, wind instruments. The only thing I play is guitar. I play a little bit of drums. Self-taught on drums, though, so it's not as good as guitar. Guitar I was taught from the time I was, 9, I think. I think I started playing guitar at 9 or 10. And drums I kinda picked up when I was, like, 12, 13 because I begged my mom for a drum set, and she was like, "Oh, no. Great. I have to get her a drum set." Because those things are loud. But I did, like, to kinda dampen the sound, I threw a pillow in the bass drum, which did kind of mute the sound a little bit. But anyway, I'm getting all off track. I started playing drums and guitar when I was a kid, and so I was a music kid. And I think, like, I don't know, I just wanted to be sporty so bad, and I just embarrassed myself every time. I also tried to dance. I was not a super good dancer. I was pretty good, actually, at hip hop. That's one thing that I was pretty good at, but only, like, freestyle. I was only good at, like, making up my own moves and stuff. Because as soon as you threw choreography into there, it got confusing. I couldn't count music because the way you count music when you're playing music, it's normally 6, 7, 8, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and hmm, hmm, hmm. You normally count it, like, in 4s, whereas, like, dancing, you're counting it in eighths, I think. So it's confusing, right? Right? That sounded confusing the way I explained it. I even explained it wrong because it's that confusing. But in music, it's just like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Whereas, like, dance, it's like, and a 7 and a 8 and a 3 and a 2 and a what? And I'm like, what is going on? How are you guys counting this? I didn't understand because I was like, okay, no, in music, we don't count it like that. When you're writing the music, you don't count it like that. When you're dancing to it, you count it completely differently. You count it like 6, 7, 8. We count 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, come on. Come on. Why are you guys making this complicated? You guys are complicating it. And then you're telling me I suck at choreography. Okay. But I was a pretty good freestyle hip hop dancer, for sure, for sure. I still get down sometimes. Like, when my friends do somehow convince me to go to the club, I do be dancing it up. I be shuffling and everything. Like, it's super, super fun. But I just kind of realized, I was like, I think I'm just a musical gay. Yeah, I'm just a musical bitch. I just love music. I'm a music person. I could talk about music probably for days, dude. I definitely could. But anyway, here's to new hobbies. Here's to trying new things, even if you freaking suck at it, dude. Even if you suck at something, at least you tried, because most people can't even say they tried. And I'm one of those people, I will try it once, and if it totally sucks and I hate it, then I just won't do it again. Like, but I'm willing to branch out, and I'm willing to try different things. I'm willing to experiment with hobbies and passions in life because there's so much to life and there's so much you can do. in your life, why waste it doing the same thing every single day? I'm pretty routine, right? But I like to add new things into my routine. Like recently, I'm really into finances. Yeah, my brother's been making fun of me, but I've gotten really into finances the past like year and a half. And it's become a really big passion of mine. And I wouldn't have discovered that if I wouldn't have branched out and been like, you know what, I'm going to watch a couple finance videos and see if they interest me. Apparently they do. Yeah, they do. I've watched hundreds of hours of finance. I've read finance books. Like, I've gotten really into finance. But I wouldn't have known that if I wouldn't have tried. So, moral of the story, right, in this crazy roller coaster circus of an episode is go ahead and try stuff, dude. Even if you're freaking scared, even if you're not sure you'll be good at it, just try it because you never know. And I think I'm going to leave it here. If you guys have comments, suggestions, concerns, if you guys have certain topics you want me to talk about, just let me know. It's actually so cool because these feel like little FaceTime videos, you know? Even though I can't see you guys and you guys can't see me, this feels like I'm on the phone with a friend. So if you have any comments, suggestions, just let me know and I will try to do my best to get to them. Oh, man. Thank you for the support again. Thank you for listening. And I hope you guys enjoyed. And, dude, what was I talking about?
Free audio post-production by alphonic.com.